Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. Today, I don't know, I decided to do something a little different. I wanted to do a puzzle challenge, but I couldn't find anything online or on the gallery that I wanted to kind of use. So I decided to kind of make my own puzzle challenge. Um, I didn't really follow any kind of rule or guidelines or anything like that. I just made some boxes and some shapes and decided I was just going to fit it all together somehow. I had a little trouble putting it together, but the first thing that I did was I was like, okay, this is going to be the kitchen. This is going to be the living room, the bedroom, bathroom, things like that. And just put in a piece of furniture so that I could remember what shape was what. Um, I knew one thing that I wanted to do was to have the living room in the front and then the kitchen and dining off of the living room. And once I just barely started to put it together, I'm like, well, crap, I need a hallway. So I added one more piece, but we're going to ignore that. That's no big deal. So anyway, added the hallway, started to place my rooms where I wanted them to go. And I think I did kind of enlarge a couple of rooms here and there. I think I made one or two a little bit smaller, but I did move it around so that it made sense. I mean, when you build a home, you want it to kind of make sense, unless you're doing some kind of challenge and then you're like, okay, how in the world am I going to make this make sense? But you figure it out. It has to make some kind of sense. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's like, okay, I just built a house without a kitchen. Or like what I do, building a house without a bathroom. I do that a lot, or have done that a lot. But anyway, once I got it done, I was like, you know what? I think I want it upstairs. I wasn't sure what I was going to do in the upstairs because I already had all the bedrooms and the bathrooms and everything downstairs. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to build a room upstairs and see how it goes. So once I placed the stairs, I kind of built around the stairs, which is such a smart idea. Um, I suggest you do that. Start, place your stairs downstairs where you want them and then build the upstairs around that. The roofing on this one wasn't too hard. It wasn't simple by any means, but it really wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. My bump outs and everything were, like 90-degree angles. Everything was kind of square-ish. I think the only part that I had a little bit of trouble with was on the left side of the house. But once I got through it, once I started playing around with different roof types and everything, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this work. I am going to make this work somehow. So I kept playing around and I got it. But I think that happens with all of us, that we get going and at some point you just have to walk away for a minute, work on something else. I mean, I had the floor plan down, so that wasn't a big deal. I could have just gone in and started working on the floor plan, but instead I decided to work on the windows and place them. And I should have placed them from the inside out. That's usually the smartest thing to do, because once you place the windows on the outside, then you go inside and you have to move the windows. So yeah, that was my mistake, but it wasn't too bad because the windows, most of them lined up pretty well. So that was kind of nice. And then of course, the fence for the backyard area. I like to fence off my backyard if I can. Sometimes I can't, but I do like to do that. I think it makes it more of a finished home. In any case, we're going to do the walkthrough here in just a second. Make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe. Don't go anywhere. Just blink. Okie dokie. I'm all done. I really like how this turned out. It looks so cute. So I do have, some landscaping out front, little kind of modern-ish mailbox in the front. Got some flowers under the trees like I like to do. Did some terrain painting as well. Threw in some wildflowers over in the corners here just to add a little bit of color to the landscaping, which is always good. Windows. I love how the windows turned out. I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, but I was like, okay, let's just put up the windows and see what it looks like. So I did, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They're not perfect, but they do look good-ish. They could look better, but they're not bad. I like them. I know the back is, kind of short of a few windows here and there, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. So if we look at the backyard, we've got a nice little green area back here, again, with, flowers and the trees. Swing set, monkey bars. We've got some lounge chairs out here with, some tables and whatnot. And then we do have this fish looking pool, which I was so glad I did. It's basically, I think I figured out how I did this. It's basically quarter of a round piece here, quarter of a round piece here, and another quarter of a round piece here. That's it. Just 3/4 round pieces. And I made sure this one came in a little bit more than these two did. These two are connected at the little corner piece here. And this one just goes in a little bit. And I love how that turned out. On the bottom of the pool, I've got some brown turtles, and I do have blue tiling in the pool as well, which is always good. And a floaty just because. All of their flowers are out here. They're mostly wildflowers, lots of color. I love it. And then we have a little bistro type table there just to kind of sit in the shade of the tree and enjoy the beautiful weather while whoever the kids or even, uninvited guests decide to swim because they do that. We also have some more landscaping on either side of these back stairs, more landscaping here with a gate to take you out through the back. We got a nice big tree over in this corner, and then we have some pavers over on this side with some trash cans and a little light out here so that you can see if you're taking your trash out at night. And in here, we have a beautiful hot tub. Love it. And what I did was I added pillars on 3 of the corners, I think. Yeah. So there's a pillar over here, a pillar here, and a pillar here or column. And then I did the little fence trick where you draw with the little fence, delete out the little floors that are in between, added some greenery, raised it up. I also added some trellises with some climbing vine flowers just to give the hot tub a little bit more privacy, as well as putting a wall here between the hot tub and the back patio. So that way you've got all the privacy you need and you don't need to worry. We also have the table outside to eat and the grill with the light. And then, of course, the fan with a tiny saucer light in there so you can see. And at night, there's more than enough light. I did add some outdoor lights in some of the in all of the little flower areas all around the perimeter of the property. Just kind of spaced them out and made them smaller by like 2 or 3 so that you couldn't see them, but the light would still be there. And in the front on the porch, you've got plenty of light there as well. So that's a good thing. So if you're ready, let's go inside. I'm so excited to show you what I did. I think you'll like it. So here we walk in through the front door and you have your little entryway. Nothing spectacular, but you have a place for your coats, a mirror, umbrellas, some wall decor, and a little table to drop off your items, as well as an alarm because you always need an alarm. In the kitchen, which I really like how I did this. I think it looks super cute. We've got green and brown. I feel like it's very like 70s style coloring anyway, just because green and brown is, 70s kind of stuff. But we've got some stuff on the walls, aprons, the fork and spoon, some more stuff on the walls, and a plant. And I rarely ever use these candles, but I don't know. I just kind of thought they fit really well in here. So that's what I did. And then for the cabinets, I have obviously the full cabinets up in the corners and then one above the fridge. But the little half cabinets, instead of putting it up to the ceiling, I brought it down to line up with the bottom of the big cabinets. And then I added with a shelf, because I had to, placed all these items on top just to give it a little bit of something different. The curtains or blinds, I'm not 100% sold on. It's not the right color of green, but I felt like it was the closest thing that I could get for what I was thinking in my head. I wanted green and kind of orangey yellow like the floor, and that was the closest that I could find. So I don't think it's too bad. And then, of course, the cabinets are brown and some clutter on the counters with one free counter so that you can cook. And then, of course, a little trash can as well. So, yay! If we go back to the entryway, we are going to go into the living room. And I love this blue. I think it is one of the prettiest blues out there. Absolutely love it and adore it. And I think it looks fantastic with this rug. Yes, I do. That is amazing. I've never used this rug before. I think I've used it before, but I don't think I've ever used this swatch. But I love the swatch. I think it's perfect for this room. It's got the blue for the couch, and then it's got like the kind of tannish color that will match the curtains and the pillows. So really nice. I like it a lot. Got some clutter just kind of around. Nice little bookshelf and a plant. More plants over there. And then, of course, more plants over there. I mean, when in doubt, add a plant. Why not? We've got some video games and stuff under the TV, and then in through here is the spare bathroom or half bathroom. So same counter as the kitchen, same tile work as the kitchen and curtain, and then I added a little collage of pictures there on that wall just to add a little something to the empty wall. Then we go down the hallway. Yes, the long, long hallway. We love long hallways. Well, I don't know if we do or not, but I do. I don't, but I do for this purpose. So we've got a little trio of plants there, something on the wall. This door is the office. It's kind of a little narrow of an office, but I think it works out. Got a chess table plant. We've got a really nice computer with some clutter on the desk, diplomas, another bookshelf, and a filing cabinet with these curtains here that I made smaller by one and hung them up and let them layer on top of each other so they look like that. I like it. I think it looks really cute. We go back into the hallway. We have obviously wall decor. We've got a hall table with some decor on it, and then some scrolls just kind of hanging out there, and another picture in this little corner. Yes, there's a lot of space in this house, and that's one of the things that I love. This is the girls' room. She's got the black furniture from Life and Death with some clutter, her makeup, vanity table, some posters, and other things just kind of strewn about. But I really like this one. I usually, when I do girls' rooms, they're usually very pink, very cutesy, very pretty. This one is more of a goth girl, I guess. I don't know. She likes the darker colors, but she's still a girl. If we go through this door, this is her brother's room. He's a little bit younger, as you can tell. I love this wall. I think this wall looks fantastic. I was going to put some stuff on that wall and I was like, you know what? No, 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 no. I absolutely love the way this looks. I don't think I would add anything else to this wall. Just a bunch of decals, and I think it looks perfect with the wall covering as well. And then his bed, little nightlight. Love the little bear nightlight. He's so cute with the little umbrella. Got the red curtains. I did make them smaller by one and then added the window thingy. I can't remember what it's called up top just to kind of finish it off. And then his dresser and his blue blue blarfy, excuse me, and his bed with a nice comfy rug under his feet. We love that. If we go down here, this tiny, tiny little hallway, this door takes you into the shared bathroom. So not a lot of clutter, not a lot going on in here, just a double sink bathroom with, the shower tub combo, toilet, same tile work. So that's about it. Nothing special. I have such a hard time with bathrooms, making them better. If you have any ideas, let me know. This is the parents' bedroom with all the beautiful colors of the wall kind of incorporated into the room itself, which I love. I think it turned out wonderful. Again, not a lot of clutter. They like to keep it simple. And I did the green curtains to go with the walls. It's a very green and beige with a little bit of peach kind of room. Love it. I think it's cute. Now we need to go upstairs. Yes, we do. I did flare out the stairs on one side, which you can only do on one side if they're up against a wall, which is okay. This is the game room upstairs, which is fantastic. If I had a ton of friends that would come over all the time, well, if I had a room like this, I would have had a ton of friends that came over all the time. They'd be like, we're going to Paul's house. We're going to go play some games and do some stuff. But we've got a giant TV and a record player, foosball, ping pong, don't wake the llama, bookcase. And then over here, we also have some computers, one for the younger brother and one for the teen girl with their own little decor on their own little private desks. And then this, oh my God, this this shelf. I can never find this shelf. I think it is under the pet pack one. I think it's under surfaces, under all. That's the only way I found it. I can't find it under shelving and I can't find it under surfaces in general. I have to go to like surfaces all. So that's how I got that. And then of course, some plants over there. And then this over here is a bathroom. Woo! And it is the bathroom for the upstairs. So obviously, because that's where we are. And then on the wall, I didn't know what to put, so I did that. Don't ask why. I just thought it was cute. Then through this door is the spare bedroom. This is for, any guests who stay the night. Very simple, very clean. Could be for grandma or grandpa or, just anybody, any visitors that come by. And then the door to come in and out of the bedroom is through here. That's it. I love this house. It was so fun. I had friends who had like fun family rooms and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I didn't go over there all the time. And that's not the reason why I went over there. I went over there because they were my friends. But anytime they had a party or whatever, yeah, it was good to go. They had anything and everything you could think of to do, and it was so much fun. We loved it. We loved them. Anyway, beside the point, let's do a top-down view so you get a better idea. So here is the entire property with the front door down on the bottom, pool on the top left. Here's the hot tub over here in this corner. If we look at the upstairs, here you have the top of the stairs, and this is the entire like game room area with the spare bedroom down here. And then for the downstairs, we have the front porch, the dining, kitchen, living room, office, parents' room, shared bathroom, boy, girl, hallway, and then the patio and the outside deck area. So there's not a lot of greenery or grass out back except for this. Most of it is in the front yard, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. We like it. And I love this house. This is so different for me. Sometimes if I just like am bored in the middle of the night, no, not in the middle of the night, but late night, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna build something. And sometimes those some things come out weird. They start out weird, but they end up really cool. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. This is all of it, y'all. I hope you liked it. I hope you like it just a smidgen of what I like it. Make sure you let me know down in the comments below if you had anything that gave you any kind of inspiration, how you plan on using it. Don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, y'all, have fun.